for a little bit more after he's shown podium form. And then we'll be racing once again here on Sunday, and it looks like a good start from Thompson this time around, a little bit better than race one, but I don't think he's once again, almost pushing himself off the middle of the front row. The number 13 then into the lead early on, but will Carter Thompson strike back as soon as possible? Looks like the number 6, Eamon Adaki, who's managed to make his way through to the front of this chasing group. So some better stuff from the Japanese rookie on Sunday so far.
You can see on the front straight there that it left on the surface, which does mean it is still quite damp. It looks quite damp down this straight as well, so there's definitely places on this circuit where it's still pretty sketchy, mixed with the dry conditions.
That'll just bring them back into that fight with those on the chase. But at the moment then, Danish still holding strong in third place, and you can see he's just bridging that two guys in the lead. Is Thompson going to go for it? No, looked tempted, but not quite. So, oh, Adaki quite wide there then.
So just for reference, the fastest lap, the S7, 9. So we're some way off that, as expected. Yeah, about 6 seconds off that so far. So
incredible maths there. So
quickly work that out. To play with, but Danish has dragged Pratama with him. Pratama setting the fastest lap of the race there, and they're pretty much now with the two leaders. Yeah,
you can now see duo, and then a little bit bigger gap back to, I think it's Lone Cleo at the front of the second group now then. So Adaki, after heading a little bit wide here, the Japanese rookie, so he'll want to, oh, and he's fighting it out with Azawa as well, so there we go. I was going to say, he'll want to stay ahead of his compatriot. He's looking for, yeah, some bigger then in that second group at the moment, with a home hero at the head of it, no less. When we've got so many bikes in that lead group punching that hole in the air, and it's Lone Cleo who's just trying to get him now, because Puertosan has made some really good progress, the number 20 there in the middle of the screen, and he's pretty much with the 4 guys who fought it out for the podium yesterday now. Definitely a lot on the line on home turf.
Certainly is. Pratama a good half a second faster than anyone else on circuit. Puertosan was also in the 153s.
We'll start up for Tanat Lone Cleo, the Thai rider, who's now just a little bit off the front of that second group. But yeah, if you go over onto the, get a track limits warning, and eventually you may get a long lap penalty, or the equivalent time, of course. So back at the front then, I thought we were starting to see lead, especially last time they came past us and our commentary position. The number 7 had a little bit of time in hand, and he is quite a light rider, so he doesn't lose out too much on the third from the Malaysian, and he does get it done as well. Not too dramatic either. So really nice stuff from the number 13 to take back the lead, and Thompson bit wide there, bit of a okay for the number 6, and slots back into the group. So Danish then, does he decided he's got it what it takes to push at the front and break away? If he does think that, already slightly.
Yeah, and all this to-in and throw-in is allowing the riders behind Azawa for D there, just popping off the screen, a 153.1. It's part of the second clawed back then for the riders just behind Azawa in that group. We've mentioned him plenty of times this race. He is second in the overall standings and now has his main.
Yep, exactly. So you saw, I think that was Puertosan going off a little bit wide there, but no harm done for the number 20 and back in the group. But shout out to wise decision was following Pedro Acosta from the pit lane in Doha.
Yeah.
When it was just like, okay, fair enough. Like anyone who can stay with him, let's go. Yeah. Quite an obvious kind of leader of the pack on that comeback mission there. But yeah, it's even if it never quite pays off. But at the moment though, it's really paying off, this push for VEDA. I think we are going to find out very soon. I'm not sure, you know. I think another 5 after this one, that's not too much to ask. We'll have to see, because as well, throughout this race, as the 2 riders chasing him down as well, Thompson and Mie may not have been pushing on at the front for the last couple of this weekend at Buriram, but we do still have a few races to go, so all is far from lost. And he's a rookie as well, we should also point out, which is they've made this season. But these guys then, hopefully no Motegi memories coming back in this battle. But Gunmie then has struck, and
interesting to see how much tyre they do lose, but he's built up such a gap now that I don't think it's really going to matter, because they're all in a similar situation now towards the end of this race. Pratama just pulled the pin.
Replay at some point, but yeah, so it's an expensive weekend in the standings then for the number 14, the other Japanese rookie who came out.
Isn't a bad job considering the race that they're having, but you could also, if something goes wrong, you could finish down in 8th or even worse. Yeah, especially
exactly.
In that group. So
it's to see who is able to get the job done and do some damage control then, because both Azawa and Danish are definitely going to be in damage control mode to an extent now. Pressure is on, it's the final lap, last chance to get that job done, and he has taken back the lead off that group, but I wouldn't be surprised if it changes again here down into the next braking zone. But still, it's going to be some good points after that, and that will be interesting in a couple of minutes, because Carter Thompson was on the green there, the number 6, just a little bit. It's so vital to show you've lost out, and Mie, though, looks like he's going to try and take it regardless. They're coming down into the final corner, and I think we can see Gunmir has gone for it. Who is going to come out on top on the drag to the line? It's going to be Carter Thompson, I think, but we're going to see what's happened. Little group then in the end, with Fadilla pulling off that stunning save. Lacan, some good points for the Thai rider there, and Trihadika completing the top 10. Catch a little bit of breath.